At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.
Everybody good? You're good, Dennis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hats off to Montana. I expected them to come in and play really hard, and they certainly did. I thought their staff put together a really nice game plan that caught us off balance in the first half. They found a way to run the ball and eat up clock, and did a good job creating a nice matchup on their long touchdown where they got one of their best receivers on a linebacker for us. So hats off to them. I'm incredibly proud of our guys, the way we fought and battled to give ourselves a chance to, get the ball with 45 seconds left and have a chance to, go down. But it wasn't enough. I think I got to do a better job of getting guys ready to go for the magnitude of a game like this and the sellout crowd and all that. And I thought we had some, kind of some yips things, jumping off sides and things, and I got to do a better job of getting the guys ready to play, in a game of this magnitude. And the good news is we got a pretty big game in 2 weeks, so I can do a better job of making sure we're getting guys in better situations to be successful and making sure we're just emotionally ready to handle this environment.
What does this offensive line have to do? I mean, fundamentals, we talk about it week in, week out. What do they just have to do?
We got to get better. We got to go to work this week. We got an off week, so we can really focus on some of those fundamentals and be better in protection. We lost an lineman for the season in practice this week. Eli Sanchez is going to be out. He's going to have a surgery on his knee, and then Tagan, I hope he's okay. He had to go to the hospital. So Leighton Vining ended up playing a lot tonight as a true freshman at center. And I thought, for his first effort getting thrown into an environment like this, I thought he did noble. We'll see how the film says, but we got to prove fundamentally, and hats off to them. I think they did a great job of getting pressure and playing hard, and they have good blitz packages, which we knew, and I thought protecting Vonnie and finding a way to run the ball, was critical to our success, and we didn't do those things, and that's a big reason why we're sitting here losing the game.
Coach, the two things I thought hurt you, the penalties on offense and when Montana was going about 50% on third down. Can you address just both of those?
Yeah, I definitely thought we had some, like I said, unforced errors on offense that we need to fix, and we got to do a better job of coaching guys and preparing them, like I said, for this environment. I think we can coach that stuff better. And I think same thing on third down. I think one of the biggest problems, they had a lot of third and shorts, so we got to do a better job of keeping people behind the sticks more and creating some more disruption. But they did an excellent job, and that was a big key to their victory last week. They did a good job last week against UC Davis converting on third down. And, like last year when we beat them, we did a good job on third down getting them off the field. So I think that just like protecting the quarterback better, being better defensively on third down, I think will be a big point of emphasis for us on this off week to get better.
Jason, can you talk about the crowd? And, I mean,
what an amazing atmosphere. I thought our crowd was tremendous, and I told the guys take a moment and enjoy when they first came out of the tunnel, because that was a special thing to see that environment, and they brought it tonight. Again, I'm disappointed I couldn't get us to play better to give that home crowd a victory, but that certainly was an amazing display by our crowd, and very proud of them the way they turned out tonight, and that was awesome to see. This was a great environment for a college football game, and I think both teams played really hard. I got to do a better job getting our guys coached up, just play a little bit better to win a game like that.
Because what was the difference in the second half in comparison to the first?
Well, I think we went more to a passing attack, and we liked our went up tempo a little bit more. We saw that with our scoring drive in the first half, where we went up tempo and gave them more problems. So we leaned on that a little bit more. I think our defense, rallied to the ball a little bit better. Got guys on the ground, got some more stops. And I think we probably raised our, effort level. I was talking more to guys in the second half, and hey, make sure you're taking deep breaths between plays and stuff. You can't get too amped up, in big games like this. So I thought we definitely did not quit in the game, which I'm very proud of. I'm proud of the way we battled to the end and gave ourselves a chance in a game. What was the most? Were we down 20 or 17? Okay, we're down 20. So to be down 20 in the game and then have the ball at the end where a field goal would have won the game, I'm proud of our guys for not quitting and continuing to fight. So very, very proud of their efforts. Again, I think I had to do a better job just getting us ready to go at the beginning, and credit to them. They certainly had their guys ready.
Was it Montana's pressure, or was Giovanni just off a little bit? I mean, at 3 turnovers, he seemed to be throwing behind guys. He seemed to didn't have a zip on the ball tonight.
Yeah, I thought Giovanni battled, and competed. I think he was under a lot of pressure. Some of those turnovers too were on 4th down, where you really want to be aggressive on 4th down. You don't want to take a sack on 4th down. So, like those were plays that if they were on a 2nd or 3rd down probably wouldn't have been interceptions, but you got to give yourself a chance, to convert on 4th down. So I thought he battled. I think we got to do a better job of, putting him in better situations with our protection. And again, our offense is really built to, have a good running game to go along with it. We're not really built to be a one-dimensional, team. As much up tempo as we went, I think it was probably some good conditioning for our receivers. I know we were worn out at some points during the game because of that. But I thought he battled and competed and gave us a chance and extended plays, even though he, whatever, got sacked 6 times. I think he probably could have been sacked more than that. He still extended some plays, and those last 2 touchdowns, he did a great job of extending plays and, giving us a chance. And, wish we could have executed the second 2-point play a little bit better, to tie the game. And then, wish we got the onside kick, but they said we were offside. So, that was a tough call to go against us there. But, you don't want to put it in the officials' hands.
Can you talk about the call on the 2-point conversion? I mean, do you like that play?
I do like that play. Yeah, I think it's a good play. I think Hayden kind of lost his footing. It's a run-pass option where we give him the reverse. I think if he had slipped, he might have had a chance of running it in. I think they did a decent job, covering TJ. But what you like to do is try to get up near the line of scrimmage. It was a little bit like the 2-point play Eastern ran against us. You want to try to attack the line of scrimmage downhill, because once you start getting to the 6-5 yard line, you put those defenders in limbo. Should we come off and try to make the tackle, or should we cover? But we kind of slipped up and got tripped up. And, I still thought we were in, decent shape. We got to stop there to get the ball back. Had to use our timeouts. I got to coach the guys better in that situation. Really, we didn't want to use a timeout there. We were kind of getting on some of those plays that were bang on the sticks. It was taking a while to get confirmation. Was it 4th and 1, or is it a 1st down? And your play calls obviously are much different at a 4th and 1 versus a 1st and 10. So, but I got to do a better job preparing the guys for that. We were going to get a delay of game penalty, but at that point in the game, 5 yards was not as big of a factor as 40 seconds. And I think that would have made a big factor, having 40 more seconds at the end of the game. So again, that's on me. I do a better job of coaching our guys that let me call the timeouts. You guys don't need to call timeouts. I'll manage the clock.
You have a bye week. You never want to go into a bye off a loss, but is this a good time for your guys to get a week off because they're how banged up they are right now? Yeah,
I think so. After 7 consecutive games, you're ready for a bye, and I think that gives us a little bit of an edge in the next game because Montana State has a tough game at Sac State, next week on the road. So, I think it's a good bye. Obviously, you'd love to find a way to drive at the end and get a field goal and win the game, and have to just settle down after a big win. But I still think happy we have a bye and get us healed up and work on some of those fundamentals that we can improve on, things we can coach better and get better here for the stretch run the last 4 games we have.
You guys were certainly behind the 8 ball in the second half, but your thought process on going for those 4th downs, particularly the one inside the red zone where Giovanni threw the interception?
Yeah, we were just kind of in a max aggression scenario there, and they'd done a good job. We hadn't, I think that first was that the first series or the second series that we went on that one. First series of the 3rd quarter. So again, I was still kind of getting a feel, for how many stops we were going to get to. I wasn't sure, knowing what I know now that, you didn't have to score, 30 points to win. That might have changed my thought, but at that time I was kind of anticipating maybe we were going to have to score, 35 or something to go. So that was probably on the edge of it. I think that was a 4th and 6. I think our analytics book was like 4th and 7 was a go there, but if it was 4th or 8 or 9, we would have gone for it. But I thought we had to be aggressive and try to find points. We had not moved the ball great all night. It was really only our second trip down close, and we had struggled to get stops, and they were doing a good job, I think, of eating clock too. So I don't know how many more possessions we'd have in the game.
Your team battled all the way back in the second half, and for the game to kind of end like it did, so many kind of twists and turns. What is your message to the players after a game like that?
Well, tell them I love them. Tell them I'm proud of them. I'm very proud of the way we battle because, again, you have games where you're down by 20 points. It can be easy to kind of just throw in the towel and, lose by 35 points or something. So very proud of our effort, but, we're going to have to watch this film and learn from it because we can certainly play a lot better. And, we can certainly just, control things that we can control. Again, Montana didn't do a ton of stuff that was new. Everything we saw was kind of in their package, and they might have played a little bit more zone than man, but I think that was good coaching by them because you don't want JJ and Hatten to get one-on-one matchups all day on your safeties and things. So, we got to respond. When you have adversity in life, you got to respond to it. You can't. I told them they could feel sorry for themselves for 24 hours, but when we come back Monday, we got to go to work and get better, and give credit to Montana. They did a good job and came in here and got us. I thought he competed. Like I said, I really think Vonnie played well. I mean, did he miss a couple throws? Yeah, but I think he was under a lot of duress. He was scrambling. And again, I think that's part two. Sometimes when quarterbacks are missing balls high, that can be being amped up in a big game. And again, I got to do a better job of getting him prepared for that, just to keep even keeled and things like that. But I thought he was a warrior. I thought he competed to get us back and have a chance to win there at the end. And even the last play where they called it a fumble, I thought it should have been an incomplete pass. It might have been intentional grounding, but I thought it should have been an incomplete pass. But like even on that play, I mean, he had pressure almost immediately. We got to protect better than we did.
I know you're an offensive guy, but do you have any insight on just Montana's wide splits on the offensive line, how that changed?
They changed it last week. Last week was the first week they did it. I think they might have taken it from Idaho State because Idaho State has really big splits. So last week was the first week they did that. I think they're just trying to give them more room to operate. Some teams, like if you looked at how we stopped the run against them last year, how Ferris State did, it was a lot of, pinching the front, kind of trying to pinch all the D linemen into the A and B gaps, eliminate that, make the ball bounce, outside. And it's tougher to do that when you have big splits. To eliminate those interior gaps. So I think that was a structural change. I think they've kind of found their footing now last week with what they want to do offensively and going in that direction as they settle in on this quarterback. And I think they're doing a good job of coaching because I think they're putting their guys in their best situation to be successful.
And then the follow-up to that, and this has been for a couple of weeks longer than last week, but you mentioned it, the quarterback they finally settled on. What advantage does that give them with the run game?
Well, he's a good player. I thought we did a decent job against him. He had a few, runs and short yardage he was able to convert. He's such a big dude on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. It's tough to keep him from falling forward. I thought it was a great effort by our defense on that last 4th down, to get a stop and give us a chance. So they just couldn't take a knee and gave us one more chance to our offense. But he's a good player. I think he's accurate. He's a big guy. He runs hard. I think kudos to him. He's doing a good job for their offense.
Coach, there were so many talking points at the end of this game. You hit on it a little bit, that onside kick. We couldn't see very well on the field, but what were your thoughts on that call? You think there was offside?
I didn't, but I didn't have a great look at it. I was watching more for the recovery, and Hayden made a great job. It was a great kick by Ricardo. Hayden did a great job of going up to get it, got his foot down, so he was in. And then I went over and made sure they reviewed it, and they did review it, and they said it was clear. So I don't know exactly what that means. If it was confirmed or just it was, so close. They couldn't decide, so they had to go based on what they called it on the field. A couple of people have showed me pictures already that it was very close. It was not like gratuitous offsides, and I didn't even review that rule on. The picture I saw looked like his feet were behind the line, but I don't know, maybe his upper body was. And to be honest, I'm not even sure exactly the rule if it's breaking the plane. If that makes you offsides or your feet, so tough call, but tough calls happen.
Speaking of Hayden Hatten there, obviously would have been nice to get the win, but he did break the Idaho touchdown record. If you just touch on that a little bit, what that means.
I'm proud of him. I mean, he'll go down as one of the all-time greats at Idaho. He's a Hall of Famer, Idaho Hall of Fame type guy, man. 11 catches, 139 yards in a game like this, 2 touchdowns to get us back into the game in the second half. He had one of the 2-point conversions, I think, too, right? So I mean, what a game to come up big in a big moment, and that's what you need. Guys like that who are great players you can count on in big moments to play big and great player, great young man. Proud of him. I'm sure he'd probably trade that touchdown record for the win, and have no touchdowns in the game. But credit to him. It had been a while since he'd had a touchdown because teams are keen on him so much. And I think really both of his touchdowns were kind of more extended play, scramble things. And that's great by him to keep moving, to get open, and for Giovanni to extend the plays to find him. So proud of that kid and love that guy.
2 games in this rivalry now for you, 1 win, 1 loss. I thought both of those games were pretty classic. What are your thoughts about just being in this rivalry?
I think this is a pretty good rivalry now. I know it wasn't for a long time, but it's a pretty dang good rivalry now. And I told our kids all week. I said, hey, this isn't a game where we're going to want it more than them. It's going to come down to execution, because I knew this was a big game for both teams. And sometimes you might have a game where you're going to want it more than the other team, but I knew that was not the case. I knew Coach Howe could have them ready. I knew this was a huge game for them, and credit to them. They came out and executed better than us and got the win. But again, very, very proud of our players, the way they battled to give us a chance at the end. We just, we can't be, whatever. We threw it 37 times plus 6 sacks. So we, threw it, what's the math there? Someone bet 43. We threw it 43 times, and our tailbacks had, 16 carries. That's not who we want to be. It became their game, and credit to them for making it that way.
Yeah, how hard is it to stop their momentum when they're scoring on every drive as they were early? Did you feel like you had to get away from the run game early?
A little bit, and then the 2-minute drive I just thought gave us a spark. So it was really more just taking what was working. I said, hey, we got them off balance. I think they're, I think they have concerns about our receivers. So, being able to, put pressure on them by being more up tempo, I thought helped us. Move the ball more in the second half, and threw the ball for a lot of yards, but obviously we didn't get the win. But I thought we got the momentum back on our side as the second half went on.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. I got Hayden right here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Coach. Sorry, I would have moved a little quicker, but I could not track down Hayden. So.
Hey, you got to see this. I told you.
Okay. Let's not. Okay.
It's tough, man. It's not your fault.
Sickening.
Don't be upset. It's not your fault.
So, obviously, Hayden Hatten, his 20th 100-yard receiving game, and he broke the school record for receiving touchdowns with 28. Jerry Hayden's record has stood since the 70s. I will comment that Hayden's not going to talk about any offsides or any penalties, just to avoid anything with the conference. So please just don't ask him that, because we're not gonna respond to that, just to make sure he stays out of trouble. So, but go ahead and ask away.
Hayden, we talked earlier this week, Idaho homecoming game, sold out crowd. What was that like to be able to play in that game there?
You're super thankful for the fans and the crowd and the atmosphere. This is a really special place to me, and seeing the people show up and support us, and the love and care they've given to this program. It's you can't put it into words. You just feel very blessed and very lucky to have a fan base and support system like that, and it's something I'll be able to tell my kids about, and hopefully they'll come be Vandals too.
Kind of building off that, you've been here through everything, basically, building up. What was it like for you to just see the fan base show up like that? Because it wasn't that way in the early years.
Yeah, no, it was not. And, you give great credit to Coach Eck and his coaching staff. And, the way Coach Eck has publicized the program is beyond belief. That guy's he's the GOAT of Twitter, right? Like, that guy knows exactly how to get a community behind a football team. And, you could see the influence he's been able to have on this program. And, you're just, again, like I said to the earlier question, just so thankful for the support. It's you really can't put it into words. It feels awesome. Feels like every Vandal home game should be like that.
We talked on Monday about what it's like to win this game. So what is it like not to win this game? What is it like walking off that field disappointed when you were so close? We started slow, and
that happens, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. There's not a single play that changes. There's a couple plays I'd love to talk about that really changed that game, but it's sickening. It's something that, fifth-year senior, try to give everything I can to the Vandal football program, the Big Sky Conference, and, decided to stay. And you're sad, frustrated, full of emotions when you can't pull out a game like that, and especially when you feel like you had it,
Let me ask you about the 2-point conversion. Did you kind of get caught in between?
Oh, I was pump faking because it kind of blew up in my face, right? I had TJ Ivy, who was supposed to be to the flat. He got mugged in a man. They weren't letting him go. There's not really a second read for me on that. Like I'm running out there, I'm like, oh God, I got to make a lot of people miss. And so when I was starting to go down, I figured I may as well just chuck it up and pray rather than just not give it a shot. So, not the most athletic-looking play I had all night for sure, but,
Was there a point that you thought about running it in?
Oh, for sure, but that completely changed when I saw 3 people there. In my head, I'm like, all right, I can, try to do the Coach Linehan, right? He's my coach. Just there pump fake a little bit. Didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Maybe I need more reps. That's probably what it is.
The first touchdown, could you hear the announcer kind of interject, or is there just so much noise? You're thinking about other things.
No, I couldn't hear the announcer the entire time. You're just so in the moment. You're so, locked in, only focused on winning the game that didn't really have I wish I would have taken a moment to listen to what he had to say.
How did Giovanni find you on that play? Because you were right at the back of the end. There wasn't much space for him to throw into there.
Oh, I don't know, man. Bonnie's a great quarterback. You see, he made some magical plays on his feet today. He knows how to extend a play, and so when he scrambles, I'll tell you what, I'm trying absolutely as hard as I can to get open when he's scrambling, because I know it's playground ball, and I'll kill it during playground ball. Like I'll catch it, right? Like get open, catch the ball. The more scramble plays a team has, the more you could call it cheap yardage, but the more freaking effective you're going to be. Like, why would you want your quarterback sliding, gaining 3 yards if he could scramble and get that thing out of the pocket on a broken play? And that's like the best trick play. You have a play that's supposed to happen, and then Vonnie gets out of the pocket, and the wide receivers go the completely other direction. Like, how are you supposed to stop that? So, I don't know. I credit to Vonnie for finding me. I'm glad he did. That ball was tipped. It was very close to, the scary Larry, that's what I like to say. But it worked out. Lucky it worked out.
Is this, nobody wants to go on a bye week off the loss, but is this a good time after 7 weeks for a bye for you guys to take some time off and heal the bumps, bruises?
Yeah, I guess bye week, it comes around and then it's gone. As crazy as that sounds, like we're still like in the midst of the football season. It's not like we're like, bye week, like gonna go make sure I hot tub and sauna and steam room and really, we're still in the football season. So I wouldn't say like I'd say our routine changes, as in like we'll probably do a little less contact throughout the week and it'll be nice. But if you need a week break between every single game, the season would be really, really long. So it's just the bye week comes and it goes, and so it'll be nice.
You mentioned slow start. What was it like on the sideline in that first half as you guys were struggling on offense, but not only that, Montana was going down to 3 points on the board every time. What was the atmosphere like on the sideline?
We kept our belief, and you could see like the way we fought back, and I'm really proud of our football team. I'm really proud of the guys we have. The way we competed, there's a lot of teams that would lay down when you get in a situation like that at the end of the game. And so seeing our defense come up and really make some crucial stops, seeing just the way the entire team responded to adversity, it's football. As badly as I want to win every single game and have things go my way all the time, it's just not possible, and you have to realize that bad stuff's going to happen, and bad stuff's going to happen in life, and you have to be able to respond to it. as badly as I didn't want Eastern Washington or Montana to get up freaking 17 points on us, we're still in the game. You know, like we showed, we fought back and we dealt with, you know, we didn't have the best cards at the start, but, you know, we fought back with what we had, and I'm really proud of the guys for what they did.
Yeah.
Last one.
What was the turning point for you that got you guys going for the second half?
You know, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes just things start to click, and, you know, I think it was a big momentum shift for us scoring before halftime because we're getting the ball back again. I think that just, you know, instilled a little belief within the program and, you know, our team. But it's yeah, I honestly don't know. I feel like we were just playing ball, and sooner or later things start going your way. You know, like you get we were talking about scramble drill earlier. You get a big scramble drill, that sets up a huge drive. You know, just anything can happen. There's so many variables in football that, you know, things started clicking for us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ed.
A DUI is a serious charge, and the process can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, and I have the experience and knowledge necessary to effectively represent you and make the situation manageable. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today.